how strong would Master Chief be if he were introduced into the Star Wars universe? Now, I'm very qualified to talk about this. After all, I have been a Jedi for 20 years and then a Sith Lord for 20 years after that. And so with that out of the way, let's get right into it. Let's first talk about his strength. We are going to be highballing Master Chief's capabilities to keep him as competitive as possible and make this as interesting as possible. So the highest strength feat that you can ascertain as Master Chief is when he's flipping over the Scorpion tank after it's been overturned. You literally just press X and flip the tank, and that's it. And there's no effort required. You don't see the Master Chief strain or anything like that. And the Scorpion tank weighs 32 tons, and he is actually able to lift that with just one arm. Because if you think about it, he's got the battle rifle in one hand and he's flipping the Scorpion tank with the other hand. So each arm has 32 tons of lifting force, which means total he can lift 64 tons. That's incredibly powerful. It would hurt like hell, even for someone like me, as a well-experienced Sith Lord, to get punched in the face by this guy. If he gets his hands on you, it is game over, which means that as a Sith Lord or as someone from the Star Wars universe, our best bet to fight somebody like this would be either to speed blitz him or to use the Force directly against him. Now let's talk about his durability. The most durable feat that Master Chief ever performed was in Halo 3 at the very beginning, in the intro cutscene where he crash landed onto Earth from orbit. Obviously, he would have been on fire, and he would have been moving at terminal velocity, and the fact that he was able to withstand a fall from terminal velocity while on fire means that he has a great resistance to heat and pressure. Now, you might be wondering why that is, and of course, he's got that impact-resistant gel layer in his Mjolnir power suit, but he also has bones that have been replaced with a ceramic mixture. It's called carbide ossification, and this potent mixture of chemicals in his bones allows him to basically have bones made of concrete, which is why he's able to do ridiculous things like lift up flipped over tanks. Now, of course, that begs the question, how in the hell is he struggling to control the recoil of an SMG? But that's a whole nother discussion. His speed feats, while remarkable, are not really up to par with what we have here in the Star Wars universe. You see, we as Sith Lords and Jedi regularly use our lightsabers to deflect blaster bolts. We outrun blaster bolts. We can even perceive them in slowed down time because we use the Force to enhance our reflexes. You never see anything like that in the Halo universe. Proof of this is the fact that in Halo 2, Master Chief is always getting tagged by jackal snipers, and that kind of attack would be a joke to someone in our universe because we regularly use the Force to deflect sniper fire and deflect blaster bolts from assassins of all stripes. So the fact that he struggles with a chicken with a gun means that he's not able to compete with the heavy lifters in our universe. Now that we've talked about all of his strengths, we need to also talk about his X factor, which is the fact that his suit has Cortana. Cortana is able to analyze enemies, scan their equipment, and make tactical decisions on the fly and feed that data to Master Chief. For example, if I were to square up against Master Chief, Cortana would be scanning me and identifying all of my weaknesses and being able to tell Master Chief how my suit works and where my weak points are because her intelligence is just that high. However, Cortana could also become a handicap if I am able to disable her, or I'm able to cause her to malfunction and feed him bad information, or if I'm able to attack his mind directly with the Force, competing with the information that she's feeding him, that could cause a problem as well. Cortana's biggest advantage would be the fact that she can rewire the Master Chief's suit to release an electromagnetic pulse, just like in the Mission 2 Betrayals in Halo CE, where she did this to disrupt the phase pulse generators. If she were to do something like that, fighting against a bounty hunter, it might short-circuit his blaster. If she were to do that against me as a Sith Lord or a Jedi, it might short-circuit our lightsabers. Now, I as Darth Vader, it surely would disable my power suit, forcing me to just rely upon the Force to attack him, which would probably be my first reflex anyway. In terms of lightsaber combat, in the Halo 3 multiplayer, it is shown that Master Chief is capable of dueling with energy swords, so he already knows how to use plasma-based melee weaponry, so a lightsaber would not be a surprise to him. He would be able to duel and deflect it very well. This is why he would probably make short work of a Padawan, or maybe a new Sith initiate, because of the fact that he is already capable of fighting enemies that have energy swords. His energy shield would just absorb the first blow, and then it's lights out. Let's imagine this scenario. A Padawan starts swinging at him and connects with one strike. Now, normally in the Star Wars universe, when we get that first strike, it's over. The opponent's going to fall in half. But imagine the Padawan's look of horror or surprise when Master Chief's energy shield absorbs that blow. Then, because that Padawan's up close, Master Chief would just punch him in the heart really hard, knocking him out, lights out. That would be pretty much the end of him. Now, that's how Master Chief would fight against a Sith initiate or a Padawan, but those of us who are more experienced with the Force, those of us who have more abilities, we're not going to fall for something like that. Just as easily as Cortana could scan my suit and tell him what my strengths and weaknesses are, I can use the Force to probe his mind. There's nothing saying that Master Chief's mind is immune to being probed. Also, if you played Halo 4, you know that Master Chief has absolutely no defense against Force-based attacks. After all, the Didact literally lifted this man off the ground and Force choked him, and Master Chief was able to do nothing. The Force choke is my freaking specialty. Imagine Master Chief tries to square up with me, and I just lift him up with the Force and start strangling him. That's it, lights out. There's nothing he could do at that point. The Emperor would be even more powerful and would just simply be able to fry him with Force lightning, pressure cooking him inside of that can he calls a Mjolnir suit. So either way, if he's fighting something powerful, it's lights out for him. If I had to rate his abilities compared to our universe, I would say that he's basically a slower version of General Grievous. He's got that incredible strength, but he just does not have the speed to go toe-to-toe with the Jedi, nor the ability to defend himself with the Force. So, all in all, I would say he's a slower General Grievous, or maybe if you played the Star Wars Revenge of the Sith video game from 2005 on the PS2, he's like the clone assassins at the final level from that game. Let me know what you think on the comments below.